This is a Ganzo G723 purchased from GearBest. It's a medium to large EDC blade, and it is a original design. It's not a clone. Some Ganzos tend to clone and copy other knives, but this is original as far as I can tell. If you know what this is cloning, you can let me know. I think this is original, but anyways, so this is a knife with a nicely G10 textured handle, which does provide a nice amount of grip, but is not too aggressive and annoying. There are no sharp corners around the edges, and when open, it's pretty comfortable. I'll show in a bit, but the jimping up top here is through the liners as well as the G10 handle scale, and it's actually pretty darn purposeful. So while it's closed, I'll show you the centering. Mine's is a little off to the left here, but it's not rubbing either side, so I don't really mind. Pocket clip sadly is only tip down right hand carry. Does come however with a lanyard hole, so if you would choose to carry it that way. And in here, if you can see, which you probably you can kind of see it there gleaming in the light, there's phosphor bronze bushings on both sides, but even though they are phosphor bronze or golden in color, the knife is a little stiff. This knife probably needs to be oiled a bit or to have the pivot adjusted a slight bit, but if you use a little wrist action, it does fly out quite nicely. So now that it's open, I'll show you the ergonomics. There's a very deep finger choil down here, as well as the rammed thumb rest up here, sorry, along with the jimping. So this knife, when it's open, is incredibly comfortable, and it will not slide out of your hand. As well as the bottom there, that in there is a sharpener's choil. It's not a finger choil, so don't try putting your finger in there. You could do it, but likely it's not ideal. So lockup on this model is good. It's about 40%, I would say, on mine's. Lock is a little sticky, not too bad. So blade play, up down, none. Left to right, as well, none. Very nice, as most Ganzos are. This knife only has thumb studs for deployment, which is adequate. If you look there on the lock bar, that circular disc is a lock bar stabilizer, which prevents the over travel of the lock bar when disengaging the lock, which is a nice feature. And if you look there on the frame lock, there's a beautiful cutout. The attention to detail is great. There's maybe a millimeter cutout there compared to most frame lock knives. It's really nice. It keeps it clean looking, and yeah, gotta love it. So the blade shape is kind of a drop point, full flat ground, great for slicing, and it's a thick stock too, so even though it's good for slicing, it's still pretty strong. Probably 4 millimeters, I would guess. Look in the description box for all the specifications. So this knife is highly recommended with the flow-through design, beefy build, frame lock bar. I like it a lot. So I'll show it next to some competitors. This Ganzo, that nice cutout, compared to this other knife. Most frame locks will have that pretty big gap there, which is probably about 2.5 millimeters. Compared to this, you can barely see that cutout for the lock bar. It's really nice, in my opinion. This frame lock is a titanium. It's pretty thick. This one is stainless steel, a little thinner. Blade thickness, you can see what I mean by this being a beefy blade. Though, in all fairness, this has a sledge at the top, so it does look thinner at the top, but if you compare at the very base there, it is thicker. Frame lock, titanium folder there. This Ganzo over here. Another Ganzo. This time the G722 in orange, so G722 OR. Same nice cutout, very nice attention to detail there. Show you actually the thicknesses of these two Ganzos. They're very comparable, almost identical actually. The frame lock, however, on this one though is beefier. I'll admit that. It's quite a bit thicker, in my opinion. Both very nice knives, but this is the show. This is the star of the show, I should say. Really nice, highly recommended. Thanks for watching.